Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 crap, look out, Somalian pirates.
Ahoy mateys! Welcome to Cassiopeia and the Cosmos of Cinema. I'm your host Cassie, and this is a weekly film review vlog. This week, we're going to be talking about Captain Phillips starring Tom Hanks. Okay, so I wasn't really interested in seeing this movie. I know it's a huge Oscar contender. I know people say it's one of the best performances Tom Hanks gives, but really, Tom Hanks' best performance? To those who are saying that, Forrest Gump. I don't understand how anything could top that. It's based off a true story. It's all real events that actually happened. Back in 2009, a cargo ship off the coast of Somalia, which is in Africa, was actually attacked, and the captain was taken hostage. Do you remember this? I remember it. Usually I would promise not to talk about the ending, but you know how it ends. USA, USA. Tom Hanks in Captain Phillips has incredible range. What that means is that he's able to express small emotion, being quiet, reserved to himself, as well as panicking. Pirates are hijacking his ship. Of course, he's gonna freak out. Captain Phillips is a serious man. He takes his job very seriously. As we were able to see in the beginning of the film, it's affecting his family in not so great of a way. He's not spending as much time with his wife as he'd like to. It's putting a strain on his relationships with his sons. We get it. That's rough. And to make matters worse, there's a potential that Somalian pirates might hijack your ship. That's awful. Those are all awful things to have to deal with. When push comes to shove, I believed Tom Hanks more as the freaker-outer than the serious man. There were several scenes expressing how serious Captain Phillips is and, how seriously he takes his job, and it just seemed heavy-handed. Too obvious. Speaking of too obvious, in the first 5 minutes of the film, they say the word survivor. In the writing world, this is what we call on the nose, meaning it's too obvious. Of course survival is a theme. Don't come out and say it. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's because I look at these things. My sister told me, oh, well, you're just so attuned to these sort of things. You went to school for this. Oh my god, I'm so blotchy. Seriously, the blotchiness is embarrassing. I'm gonna get a scarf. That's better. Back to being a survivalist. When you think about it, Tom Hanks is the ultimate survivalist. He's kind of the first in the movie world. Was there anything like Castaway before Castaway? No. Is there anything like Captain Phillips? Not really, except maybe Castaway, except he has friends now. And he's not. He's kind of on an island. He's on the ship. And then the lifeboat. But he's with other people who are mad at him. Everybody knows that Tom Hanks is great at freaking out. He's great at expressing panic. There were some times where it was just over the top for me. Is that crazy to think? Because he had so often expressed how serious of a man he was, it was strange for me to see him freak out because he was supposedly so good at keeping his cool. So when he did freak out, finally at the very end, once he was safe, it seemed forced. I'm probably gonna get in huge trouble because Tom Hanks is actually one of the big benefactors of my creative arts college, so not that I don't think Tom Hanks isn't great. He's phenomenal. I think Captain Phillips as a character was underdeveloped. And he's a real person. So maybe he's not, super complex. Maybe he just is a simple man that went through an extraordinary event. Let's talk about the compelling performances of the film, the Somalian pirates. They were spellbinding. In Somalia, it seems that whoever has the loudest mouth and the biggest gun is the person in charge. However, the main pirate in the film that we follow, Muse, he doesn't have a loud mouth. Quite the opposite. He's very contemplative. And it's so interesting to see how he rises to power through that advantage of actually thinking before you speak, and negotiation and allowing others to help you rather than trying to do everything yourself. My business professors would be so proud of me right now for recognizing conflict management styles in a movie. The political message of the film is also really confusing. I don't know whether I'm supposed to side with the Somalians or the Americans. Of course, the Americans win. We all know. One of the most moving moments of the film is when Tom Hanks looks at Muse and says, "You don't have to do this. Why are you a pirate? Why are you doing this?" Which is great. I'm glad the film addresses that. And Muse looks at him, says, "Maybe in America." I don't mean to be on a soapbox right now, but it's nice that we don't exist in a culture where we have to scream and shout and carry automatic weapons in order to get anything done. I hope that if you see this film, it makes you self-examine. I hope it makes you think, wow, I am lucky to live in America. I am lucky to have such a strong military force that could rescue me if I got captured by pirates. But no matter how lucky I feel as an American, I can't help but feel bad for these Somalians. Yes, thank goodness that Captain Phillips got rescued. But it's a shame what extreme measures had to be taken just to rescue him. I know there's a lot of political mumbo-jumbo in this one, but it's a political film. It's really politically charged. It really did make me want to be a Navy SEAL, except guess what? I can't because I'm a girl. I may not look it, but I actually have really good aim, and I'm pretty good with the gun, so... Alright, wrap it all up. Next week, I'm not taking a poll this time. I've already decided what I'm going to see. CARRIE. It's October. I want to see a scary movie. I don't want to see a drama, true event, go America movie. That's really not my style, guys. Thank you for watching. As a reminder, don't go see Captain Phillips. Go see Gravity instead. Stay tuned next week for CARRIE. And please excuse my blotchiness. I guess I'm nervous. Thanks again for watching. See you next week. Au revoir.